voting for European Union membership. Well, it could be a cliffhanger as the opinion polls are split down to the middle. CNBC's Sanjay Suri gets us a closer look at the action so far.
Among those asking for Britain to leave the European Union, this is the chance to reclaim their country. And among those calling for remain, this is a historic opportunity to save Britain. Whatever anyone's views, this is indeed a historic day.
A huge amount is at stake today. On the one hand, you have Boris Johnson saying the 23rd of June is Independence Day. And on the other hand, you have Prime Minister Cameron saying that today is going to be catastrophe day if Britain leaves the European Union. So it's a huge amount at stake, not just for Britain, but also for the European Union, but also our friends in countries like India.
With opinion polls predicting razor-thin margins, the Brexit camp has stepped up its campaign over the last recent days, presenting strong arguments in support.
Well, I'm voting to leave because I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's an opportunity to take back control over our borders and introduce a fair and balanced immigration system, to take back control over huge sums of money, which we can then reinvest into our own priorities, such as the NHS and our education system, and also to take back control over our trade policies so that we can trade with more emerging economies like India and China and the rest of the Far East.
While we have been hanging around being a part of the EU, we are not really entirely, completely a part of the EU. There are certain terms and things that need to be negotiated better, and we are better off being out and negotiating them stronger and building individual relationships with the other nations.
The no camp has been just as strong and have been holding rallies in support of their cause across the country.
The statements of the Brexit leadership, that is very clear, that they wanted to have the 18th century Britain outside Europe so that they can control. They believe that if we were the big empire in the past, we can be empire in the future. They are forgetting that we are in the 21st century. We are living in a global village, and in that global village, British and Britain's future is within the Europe, not outside the Europe.
Britain now faces another D-Day, Decision Day, this too in relation to Europe, of course. A very high turnout is expected by the end of the day, more than usual at a general election when people choose between two parties and two sets of people really that follow more or less the same policies, barring some tinkering at the edges and the rhetoric, of course. But this is a decision that could change the face of Britain, change the course of Europe for a long time to come. In London, Sanjay Suri.